Omulundi guli nabasuubiza nti tugenda kulambula Western Region. Kakati nomunanga olunaku olwaleero ate nkuleetedde bingi byengenda okubanga nkulaga, byengenda okubanga nkunyumiza. Newankubadde nti tugenda kubanga tukyusa mu lulimi, tujja kuba mu lufuutifuuti, naye tujja kubanga tukwatagana ate tulabe n'ebisingako awo. Amanya n'eddoboozi Othman Ssempebwa Beka okubanga nkusako programu Omulambuzi. Jjukira lunaku olw'omukaaga essaawa 2:30 ez'akawungeezi bwe tulambulira eggwanga Uganda mu ddiiro lyo w'otudde ffe ne tukulaga buli kimu nga bwe kitambula. Nga bwe nkugambye nti nakusuubiza tugenda kubanga tulambula Western. Twatandika olugendo lwaffe luno nga tusimbula ku kadiize ekkulu erya Uganda Museum. We twasimbula era nga eyatusimbula yali minisita omubeezi Martin Mugara, n'agezako kubanga asibula abantu abawerako abaali abantu nga 200 n'okudda waggulu, ogezako kubanga balambula eggwanga Uganda. Naye ng'enteekateeka eno ekolebwa kubanga bagezako kubanga batumbula ebyobulambuzi mu ggwanga, naddala domestic tourism. Ebiseera ebisinga abantu bagera ne balowooza nti ebintu by'okulambula bintu by'abazungu, naye kati enteekateeka ministry evunaanyizibwa ku byobulambuzi mu ggwanga gye yateekawo eraga nti n'abantu bannansangwawo, abantu bannayuganda bennyini balina okuba nga benyumirizwa mu ggwanga Uganda. Enteekateeka eno nkugambye nti twasimbula ku kadiize ekkulu eya Uganda Museum wali ekitante, we twasobola okuba nga tusimbula ate ne tubaako ebitundu eby'enjawulo bye twatabaala. Twagenda ekayabwe ne tulaba Equator nga bwefaanana, ne tuyimirako ne wali ku mucomo Lukaya abantu ne baako kye bakola ne balya ne basanyuka. Oluvannyuma ne tugenda ate mu disitulikiti y'Embaala gye twasimba amakanda ne tubeerako eby'enjawulo bye twalaba, nabyo tugenda kuba nga tubiraba. N'ebirala bingi byengenda okuba nga mbalaga ebisingako awo, naye njagala tugende twetoolemu katono tulabe nga olugendo lwaffe bwe lwafaana. Katukomewo temuvaawo.
Through which to do business for the private sector. So the private sector does the business. You know, they are the tour operators, they have the tour guides, so they bring in the clients. They are the hotel owners that take care of our people when they visit the hotels, or take care of you. So we are a combination, work together as a team. Therefore, everything that we do, we are partners with those in the tourism sector. So I want to call upon the chairperson of the entire Tourism Association of this country to at least say hello to, this is not a very hospital. This group going for the Explore Western Uganda campaign. I wish you all the best and let's all have fun. A round of applause for our minister, ladies and gentlemen. Kweta You're most welcome to the middle of the whole world. To the middle of the whole world. Exactly. There's 0 degrees atmosphere.
So someone can be from both sides.
Yeah, somebody can be from both sides.
Demonstration here for us. How the local community direction north and south. Right now we are here. The Coriolis effect. They could come, but we start from the northern hemisphere side. All right.
Yes. Hey, you are also photoing. Okay. Now,
Do our experiment. So we are going to see an experiment which caused by the force called Coriolis effect. That if you pour water on top of this funnel here, you're going to see it draining clockwise at the north. But then when you cross and go south, it will change the direction and drains in an anti-clockwise movement. And what I'm doing now, I'm trying to stabilize it. Then, after stabilizing the water, we put this flour to show us how the Coriolis effect is pulling. So if you live north, or if you're in UK or Europe, when you flush your toilet or the sink, water flows in the clockwise movement. Then we are going to cross and go south side of the equator. The flow will change and drain the other way around anti-clockwise. We have crossed, we are south. Southern hemisphere should change. It will be anti-clockwise direction. And then I have to do the same, I have to stabilize it. I'm trying to make the water calm. Then after calming down, we put again our flow. You have seen clockwise north, and now anti-clockwise in the south. All the southern part of the world has to be like this. In the sink, in the toilet, the Coriolis effect is pulling the anti-clockwise. So we need to see the last one at the center. So we are at 0 degrees, where you weigh less by 3%. Then when you come here on March 21st and September 23rd at the equinox, midday you have no shadow. Your shadow disappears because that's when the sun is directly above. Now let's see what's going to happen at the 0 degrees latitude. You see, it doesn't rotate, it stays still and gets swallowed because you're in the middle of the whole world. You get it? So those who are not in the clockwise, let's go to the northern hemisphere, those who haven't seen. Hey. Hey. Senhor para você. Nem quando tu já o do não Senhor. Não sei.
webale emirimu taata kigenda kitya twatuse dda mu kwogolola lyo kale taata mwebale bakyawo naffe tubasanyufu naffe tuli wano kiri kitya abakoyi twayingiddewo dda tekukuza ku bantu
This place is a big hospital, as you can see. Just how guys of this
netugezaako okulaba nti w'ebyokulya era nga tukyavuganya obutale bwonna okubeera ddala Mombasa paka Congo era tulabira ddala nti abantu bangi akatale kano bakaagadde nnyo naye ate tufunye essanyu okulaba nti we wennyini minisita temuze tukyalirako n'abakulu abalala bonna ekukwano kwa foono gwe mbadde nnengera obulengezi anange tukikubawemuke tusanyuse nnyo
obuyonjo bulungi nnyo n'olabira ddala nga buli kimu kitambula bulungi n'abantu okubeera nga bali organized abantu bali organized ngamba oyimirira si kusooseka biti mugundi kati tugende wa omanyiza endiira omukulu
bannamawulire ekitongole ekirambuzi kyonna nabo oyise nabo ba Miss Uganda abatuwalizimu twagala okwebaza tukusabira omukisa Mukama kulembere mukulembeze akuwa omukisa ate era akulinyise n'amadaala amangi era tukulaakulane nnyo kulwa Katonda n'ensi yaffe Mukama abene nawo.
Webale twaniriza wano notutegekera okujja wano leero tuyise n'abantu bangi mulimu si GOLOLA yekka mulimu MADRAT CHICO waliwo Salvador waliwo ba influencer bangi bali wano makati naffe tiimu yonna Miss Tourism n'abana Uganda wala bonna betulambudde nabo grupu yaffe leero tutambudde tulinga abantu 408 olunaku lwa leero kyetusinga oba kyetugezaako okuteeka ebweru eyo okuyigiriza Abannayuganda okulambula ensi yaabwe because balambula ogabe wano olinawo abantu 9 abakolera mu katale kano so buli Munnayuganda wajja n'ayitawo wano nga nze wembadde nzija nempaakinga wali nentambula paka ku sigiri kuno nenondawo ennyama y'embuzi nenzira mumoroka nengenda buli lwenzi ozo esinga n'okundeeta safaali kyetwagala okubuulira abannayuganda abasinga nti ekyobulambuzi bw'oba olambula bangi b'osapootinga bo nabo okukola ki okubeerawo era tutambudde n'abantu bangi kyemanyi nti engeri gye tuyise katale kano n'ebibaddewo byonna twebaza n'abamawulire abali wano abagenda okukapusharinga akatale kano ne bonna nabatulambudde nabo abagenda okusharinga katale k'elukaya kijja kwongera nnyo akatale okumanyibwa n'okukubaganya abannayuganda abalala okweyongera okulambula eggwanga lyabwe olyogerako ebirungi n'okuliraga ensi yonna nenammwe twagala tubakubirize nadde nnoonyereza wano ne baŋŋamba abantu b'e Lukaya temulambula wadde mubeera wano Lukaya temusala nammwe twagala tubakubirize nammwe mutandike okulambula mugendeko bwemba nga mukoze ku ssente mugendeko ekaramoja mugendeko ettooro eyo mugendeko mu East Elgoni nammwe mulambule mulabe ebirungi sikkomwanokka nawe badde mukulambula so nammwe tubakubiriza mulambule mwagale eggwanga lyammwe teri ggwanga fe abatambuddeko njagala mbabuulire teri ggwanga ddungi nga Uganda wano mu byobulambuzi ne mu buli kimu kyonna so mulambule ebigambo byaffe tugenda kweyongerayo tugenda kukola kampeyini okumala ennaku 5 tutandise butala tugenda malira ebundi bujjo twetolole paka emubende gye tugenda omumalira naye tugenda kino tukikola tujja kuba tukikola okumala akabanga so tweyanza mwewala okukuuma obuyonjo abadde bajja tugenda sigala nga tujja tusaba nti abadde batajja nabo bajja Lukaya basapootinga ebizinesi tweyanza nnyo Mukama abakuume.
Tukyali ffenna ku TV emyanya eggwanga kansubire nti ekifaananyi okiraba nga bwe kifaanana kansubire nti abantu balaba vibe ogiraba nga bwefaanana ebintu bingi ebyakolebwa mu lugendo zaali ennaku 4 ezeekutte nga tulambula Uganda nga bwefaanana Mbalala, Rubirizi, Kasese, Fotipoto byonna twagezako okuba nga tutambula nga tulambula ebintu ebyenjawulo naye nga twagenda tunonamu ebifo ebyenjawulo abantu bwe benyumiriza abantu bebasanya okuba nga balambula bwe nkugambye nti munange esente si nnyingi nnyo okuba nga olambula ebitundu bino tujjewo embeera egamba nti no ebintu okulambula kw'abazungu bokka naawe munnayuganda osobola okuba nga olambula twasi amakanda ate twagezako okuba nga tugasiba ne tugendako ku Lekimburo waliwo faamu gye battira abantu ente ne bagezako okuba nga abeeyagala naye katugirabe nga bwe yali efaanana temuvaawo katukomewo.
Bampita Sergeant Major Masiko Moses nkolanga head guide Lekimburo National Park. Lekimburo National Park esangibwa mu bugwanjuba bwa Uganda ate erina etudde ku kifo kinkana square kilometers 370 yatandikako nga ekifo kya omukama omugabe Ovankole ayali atwala ekifo kino nga alabirira ensolo n'abantu abali bakibeeramu omwaka gwa 1964 nekifuuka controlling hunting area kataawo abantu bali babeerawo n'ensolo n'ente zaabwe n'embuzi zaabwe omwaka gwa 1983 ekifo ne bakifuula National Park ate abalambuzi ne batandika okulambula 1984 kati wano paaka weeri teri fenced terinawo fence kati abantu n'ensolo za paaka bonna babeera wamu naye nga paaka managers tulina okukola na local leaders kulaba nti ensolo zibeerako kubanga tourism esasula nnyo eggwanga lyaffe Uganda abazungu bwe bajja esente ze basasula ku gate 20% ebitundu 2 ku 100 bidda mu communities okuyambako projects ng'enguuto amazzi amalwaliro n'ebirala bingi kati paaka naye eyamba abatuuze okuwa abaana baabwe emirimu kati bwe tuwandiika kuwa abantu emirimu communities around tubawa first priority ekifo ekisooka tukiwa community members to make sure that abaana baabwe bafunamu emirimu bakole nabo beebiiseeko.
tukyali ffenna ku Star TV Eggwanga amannya n'eddoboozi nkuddukiza nti Beka Ssempebwa okubanga nza kulambuza olunaku olwaleero oluvannyuma lw'okubanga twafuna experience okuva ku farm nate twagenda ku Mugaba Palace nategezaako okubanga naye batunnyonnyola akulira ebya museum commissioner ate naye nagezaako okubanga abaako byatunnyonnyola ebyenjawulo jjukire nagambye nti tugenda kubanga tutambulira mu lufuutufu kiruzungu ogezaako okubanga tukwasaganya ffenna ffennya naye kansubire nti tujja kubanga tutambulira awo katukomewo temuvaawo.
I'm Jacqueline Nyirachi Zabesije. I'm the Acting Commissioner, Museums and Monuments. But as we look at the diversification of tourism products and as we move towards cultural heritage, Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities felt that Uganda should develop different sites. And this is one of the flagship projects that Ministry of Tourism is working on. And this, as a flagship project, we are looking at it as a nerve center of cultural heritage diversity in the Western region. Of course, when we are here, those of you who came from outside, you saw on our fence, we have the banana, we have the whole regalia, we have the Ankole cow. I have seen some people with t-shirts of Ankole cow, because basically we are looking at the conservation of cultural heritage and the attributes of the culture that we have within Ankole. So, of course, this behind me is the building that was opened in 1954. We shall see the one of Kahaya, extreme left, and then we shall see the drum house where the Bajendanwa drum used to live. And so those are the main important buildings in this place, plus the milk house. Because where the king was living, usually there was at least a drum and a milking place. So of course that one tells you about the traditions of Ankole. So Honorable Minister, we hope to open this site very soon, probably within this year. And we think that it is going, as I said, we are looking at it as a nerve center, because apart from looking at culture, it will be opening to other sites even in the, for the natural heritage. Because when we look at the regalia, for example, we see the lions, you know, where the king was representing the big five. And so we see, of course, within the regalia, we see the leopard skins and others. So we are looking at this site as the center of heritage, within this region. And so I wish...
Will it be free when you open, or you'll be charging?
That is a very good question. We have a consultants firm that is doing a feasibility, and we are hoping to work with private sector, Honorable Minister, to see that, of course, you know, the government has invested some money in this site, so we need to see how we can recoup this money. And so we shall work with private sector, and so if there is a charge, it will be a minimal charge. Right now, Honorable Minister, we are working on an open theater or amphitheater, which grounds people are going to come and be doing ceremonial, different activities, cultural ceremonies, weddings and everything. So of course some of those ones we shall be having to pay so that government can get some revenue from it.
Which we tried to conserve, preserve and protect, because this is where the Mugabe used to pass. But now we changed the entrance to this other side, but still what we did was to come up with a replica of the original fence, and we made two fences whereby you come in, we have an entrance and the exit. So those open spaces outside, they celebrate you, they welcome you, they are showing that the Mugabe is ready to receive you, is happy to receive you. So when the guests come, some may, rest there, they can, lounge, they can feel free, to utilize those spaces. But as you come in, you happen to find a fence, and that fence, I will explain to you as we move on. This is it. So here, this is the parking space. The vehicles would come, and then they would come to the drop-off point. This is the drop-off point. It's believed that in Africa, we treated the royals with a special treatment. So he would come, they would bring him in the vehicle, then it's parked here, making sure that he doesn't, he's not affected by the sunshine and also the rain. So this is the drop-off point. He gets off, then the vehicle comes to the parking area. Please. This is the veranda. Of course, we had the cooking veranda, and also these are offices for was his private office. He would work here and sleep this other side. And sleep this side, yes.
You're interested in the bedroom, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay, so this was a central area for his family. Oh. Yes, and the balcony would move out and... Can the minister go to the balcony? Yeah, you may come and experience this. Yeah, okay. So, here, well, you would actually see the 360 degrees of his kingdom. Yeah. So the man would just stand here and his kingdom. Yes. Yeah. So and also welcome his guests. Where if he felt like not going down, he would receive them from here by waving at them. Yeah, so let's move to his bedroom. Thank you. Yeah, so basically timber, the white color, this showed the purity. Yeah, because we believe that from the King of Kings, the God, so the first human to receive his message was the king. So we made a white color because of its purity. So as you've seen that in the floor below, we used off-white. So there I would now pass on the message to his people. Yes, so it was basically a sitting area, working area. yeah, the function would change according to his wishes. Yeah, so next is next is also a space, perhaps it would be for his children. Yeah, yeah, bedroom, and this is the amazing room in this building. This is the bedroom of the king, and he had the toilet area and the shower area with a bathtub.
Whereby you are able to see the whole of the area. So as you're here, you are able to see this side, you see the whole of your country. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically the other thing that we did was to maintain the green open spaces, much as we put the hardscape, but also the green open spaces, because those are the findings that we found at the site, that the greenery was conserved. So some of the new things that we put, yeah, it's this roundabout. This roundabout is going to have a sculpture, a monument in form of a drum. Yeah, because a drum with the kingship, with the royal, it is a significant item. So as you come in, there will be a drum here to welcome you. Yeah, as you move to either, yes. So now where we are at, it's Kahaya's Mugaba, which we believe that it is one of the first building to be put in this palace. And Kahaya's Mugaba, we believe, is the father of Gasionga. So these are new spaces, and here we are celebrating the people who are coming into Kahaya's Mugaba with the flags. We're going to have the flags, and well, this is the entrance to the building. Yeah, you may proceed. What we did still was the floor. We didn't change the floor. So his meetings from, yeah, with that platform. Yeah. Yes.
Apart from meeting and praying, already you can see these are unknown people. When there are some people who come and they feel that when they are here, they pray, and whatever they pray for, they get it. So we normally find money, when they come to pray, they give money on this platform. So basically, when you're in this place, you are more in a holy place. But in terms of architecture, Honorable Minister, we did this because, with this one, we have not changed anything. Yes, so that is what we are doing, so that somebody, even the wood, by the way, in conservation architect, we say that when we are doing repairs, you do minimum, maybe 80% of the original fabric should be maintained. So that's why here we have left this as an example of what we are doing in terms of conservation of architecture of this country.
Ebyo olubiri olwagezwa okubanga bagezaako okubanga bakyusa balufule ekaddiizo bannayuganda ab'enjawulo okumanya obwakabaka bwa Nkole bwe bufaanana naye bwe bityo bwe bifaanana. Kansubire nti ogezezzaako okubanga wafuna ekifaananyi nga kye bagenda okubanga bakola ki, nga kye bagenda okubanga bateeka mu kifo kino nga bwe kifaanana. Kifo kinene nnyo, kirina olukomero lw'amaanyi nnyo. Bagezaako okubanga bakiddaabiriza okugezaako okuzzaawo obwa Nkole nga bwe bwali bufaanana na biki ebyasangibwanga mu lubiri luno. Kansubire nti ebyo birabe munnange olwavaawo ate ne tweyongerayo e Kaseese, naye nga n'abatuuka Kaseese twasookera Lubiriizi. Akafo kano nakakulagako emabegako awo aka lakes ebbiri, twin lakes ziri bbiri, nako twayitawoko abantu ne beekubira ebifaananyi nga bw'obiraba ebifaananyi bwe bityo bwe bifaanana, nga bw'olaba abantu bwe batyo bwe bafaanana, nga bw'olaba ekifaananyi kyaffe bwetyo bwe twasobedde okubanga tukikuleetera. Naye before twayimirirako ne wali ku Lake Nkugute, abamanyiiwo obulungi n'abatamanyiiwo nti waliwo ennyanja eyakula mu shape ya map ya Africa. Kadroni kaffe kagezaako okubanga katitulaga bwetyo bwefaanana nayo, naye nga yoleke waliwo ebyennyanja ebyenjawulo ebikwatibwawo babiyita crayfish. Ababirya bagamba nti nabyo biwooma, nawe osobola okugenda obeeko kyokwata aye kyofuna naye obengo okyenyumirizaamu. Bwe twavaawo ate ne tugezaako okuba nga tweyongerayo mu disitulikiti y'e Kasese. Disitulikiti y'e Kasese ebyo n'ebisingako awo naye tugenda kuba nga tubiraba, temuvaawo katukomewo. Kasese twamutuukamu obudde nga bugenze, naye twagezaako okuba nga ate tubaako ebyenjawulo bye twakola. Tetwalinzalinza kintu kyonna, twaddukira ddala paka Mweya gye twakola boat ride oba boat cruise, ne tubaako bye batulambuza ebyenjawulo. Boat cruise naye twagezaako okuba nga tutambulira ku mazzi ne batulaga ebisolo ebyenjawulo. Abantu baali bangi, wano bagezaako okuba nga batwawulamu. Abamu ne bagenda ne bakola game drive, abalala ate ne basigala nga bakola boat cruise. Ebyo n'ebisingako awo ate katulabe boat cruise nga bwefaana, katukomewo temuvaawo.
So when it gets dust, the dust it uses for that day will be the color. So you may get one herd of elephants, you get white ones, black ones, red ones, depending on the cosmetic the member have decided to use for that very day. And the elephants live an organized society. In other animals, we fight for dominance, even in human race. How we elect our leader, but as human, we go politics, we go elections. But other animals, they don't go elections. They go fight. So they use their energy, they fight to get leadership. As we'll be seeing each animal how it gets its leadership. But with the elephants, their leadership is very clear. Their constitution is well and clearly stated that the leader must be the oldest guest, the oldest female. Very good. The leadership of the elephant is matriarch. So meaning they are led by a female. All the places they have been to, so meaning it will be leading them to those places. Now this lets me to talk about this. We have problem animals that move to our communities. But then with the elephant, though it goes into our communities, destroys some of the crops, for it it's not intending to go crop raiding. Only they are moving to places they knew there is food at this time of the year. So when they are heading to that place, they meet with our settlement, which was not there when that female passed there. But it knows in a certain point, certain parts of the year, we used to pass here, go looking for food in this area. So it is forcing its way, because the food which is there is very nutritious for that time. So we chase them, please go back, this hotel is no longer there. Now we start claiming they are crop raiding, but they are going to where they have been going to. And not only the best memory, it's the animal, so the elephant also is the animal that have the best love and care for its young one, even better than that human. I will ask my good mothers, if there is a kid who have lost a mother, is it easy for any human, any lady to breastfeed that kid, and unless on condition. But with the elephants, if there are 5 elephants in a herd that are breastfeeding, the kid will breastfeed anyone that is near, not looking for the mother. With the area. But for you want to look for yours, as I also look for mine. Then at the end of the day, you find one loses her kid or even his life. But for them, when there is a problem, they want to move. Pick the young one who is near you, you take off. Then at the end of the day, when you reach, you will sort yourselves. Where is mine? Where is mine is here? Where is mine is here? Then life continues. Monkeys, most of the monkeys live in forests. Though there are monkeys that live both in the forest and in the savannah. These commonly, mostly are the baboons. This can be seen anywhere. Then the velvet monkeys and red-tailed monkeys. This can be seen anywhere. But majorly other monkeys are in the forests.
Now why don't they swim?
No, even us in the human race,
Yes.
there are people like me. When you put a stone here and you put me here, you release us the water, I will reach it before the stone.
That's not assuring. We are now worried.
So,
No,
but, so there are animals that can swim nicely. As us in human beings, there are people that can swim nicely.
even my brother Martin can't swim in falls. He was raised in a swimming pool.
I don't think you can swim in pools, can you?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
What type of bird species do you have here? How many are they? What is
Because
the
I don't want
common
to
bird
be like
species here?
But every
Okay.
river on earth can swim.
As compared to other African protected areas, Queen Elizabeth protected area is the richest in bird life, where we have over 612 species recorded. And among these, 114 species are migrants. These are species that come and do their tours 2 to 3 months, then they go back.
Oh, the flamingos and other
We have those,
ones.
those are the African skimmers. Those are migrants. So I have not been with them for the last month. Now they have started coming. They will be with us up to June.
So Basama.
Then they go back.
Basama.
Yeah. So you shouldn't be surprised when you get some bird species here that you left at home. When you see the the background, it is easier to tell. But when you see the front, how do you know? Look at the shape of the horns. In between where the horns meet,
It's a love sign.
there is a V shape, like this one looking at us. There is a V shape in between there, and the horn is rough. So that's a male. Then you find where it's flat, there is no V shape, and the horns are a bit smooth. That's a female. Fanda said if we go for experiential, which is another nice activity, which is only in Queen Elizabeth, you will see how the lions coexist with other animals in nature, though they are predators. So as I was saying, the elephant, the lion and the leopard are controlling the population growth of other animals because for them they kill for food. But then in Africa, people who have lost their lives, we've seen that the buffalo, when after fighting for leadership, the loser goes solitary.
if you want to find a primate that is close to human nature, it's a chimpanzee, 98.3% DNA like us. You find them in Chivale, but you also find them in this park. When you come here, I've told you that we have 4 out of 5 of the big 5. I'm sure many of you that will go out, you'll see the lion, the leopards, you have seen the elephant, the buffaloes. So 80% of the big 5 are found here. But also the lions that you find here are tree climbing lions. You'll find them in Tanzania, in some parts of Tanzania, but many of them are found here. And we live with the communities very well. You'll go to Lake Katwe where salt mining takes place. And this is a community that we take people so that the traditional salt mining activities and other cultural activities are embedded into the conservation of this park. It's a unique park. You have seen the waters, all the marine activities that you can do, including a product called primate tracking. There is a leopard lion tracking activity here that you can pay straightforward. It's your choice if you don't have time, but you can see lions in the wild, in Ishasha, in Kasenyi, and so many of those. So we want to encourage people to come. And domestic tourism, many of our people want to see all these activities in one park, and this is what it is. You are near Kasese as a town, so you can live, come and visit, and go and live there. You came through Mbarara city, so these are all neighboring cities that connect and work well with us. And we have a very good relationship with the people around Kasese, and that's where you find Mount Rwenzori National Park. So if you don't want to be down doing a Savannah Park activity, climb up to Rwenzori, and then you'll experience everything you're looking for in life. Queen Elizabeth is marketed both for foreigners and domestic travelers. One of the rates or fees we charge for Ugandans are very, very minimal. We charge only 20,000 for Ugandan to come and spend 24 hours in this park. That's one. But we're also promoting group travel. If you're traveling 10 of you, only 8 pay. Just say we are 10, and then the 8 pay, and 2 of you go free. We also have buses, and we have used some of them today. Those buses are available for hire, and they can bring up to 50 passengers coming to the bus. And the bus rates are very, very affordable. We also have accommodation, and they are managed by Stephen Nyadro, who is my colleague, the tourism warden here. This gentleman manages accommodation which is affordable. We may change hands in the administration and the management of the facility for the better, but they are still affordable. Anyone who wants to come out and pay between 50 to 100,000 can come and stay. We're also bringing a few journalists and agents that want to market. We offer them free access to these parks. We want you to come. We also, because we are sitting near Bwindi, which is one of the most sought after parks, we connect people who go to Bwindi. We give information from here, and we're improving the payment services, so you don't have to come through head office. You can pay online and access these facilities. We do believe that if you're interested to visit, the information is there. You can always come and find us either in the park or on our website, and you can visit. We have trained people you can see here, and this will take you through and offer you all what you're looking for life. This is a year that we should make it, and indeed so far we are grateful to Ugandans for the recovery they have shown, resilience they went through, and now the tourism numbers are growing. This park can bring in 200,000 visitors. So far we are almost half of those, and we are looking forward to you to coming in big numbers and enjoy. This is your park. This is a park which can give you everything you're looking for.
We are going to have a briefing from here. Then after that, we board our truck and then go to the next station. What I can assure you is, in Queen Elizabeth, we cannot miss seeing the lion. And I want that to be shown, so that you talk about it yourself with all the confidence, sir. So with those few words, I'll still hand you back to Stephen Nyadro, whom I handed you to yesterday, then the rest follow.
Nyadro Stephen is my name. Like my chief warden has introduced, I'm the tourism warden for Queen Elizabeth National Park, where we are now. Where we are is one of the activity areas which is called the Kasenyi Plain. Kasenyi Plain is a place where we do game drive both night and day. And also we do the lion experiential in this place. And we have chosen this place for game drive. Actually, we are not the ones who chose, but it is the animals that chose. Because, you know, predators follow where other animals graze from. The animals also want to graze in open area, open savanna area, so that they can be able to spot the prey. And they can also be able to have enough palatable feeding grass for them. And this is the area where we're going to do these activities. One person asked about how cheap we have made these protected areas for our domestic tourism promotion. Uganda Wildlife Authority has made this product more and more affordable. A Ugandan, an adult Ugandan, will pay only 20,000 per day per person to enter the national park. That is category A national park, where Queen and Maxon and other parks fall in. You pay 20,000 for gate entrance fee, and if you are going for any activity like game drive, and you don't need a guide, it's free. But if you need a guide, you pay extra 20,000 shillings. Guides add to your adventure. The interpretation, the interaction with the guide add value to your adventure. Then when you are doing other activities like boat ride we have made for Ugandans very, very cheap, about 30,000 shillings. Foreigners pay $30. Entrance for foreigners is $40, but Ugandans pay 20,000 shillings. If you are going for nature walk is only 10,000 shillings for Ugandans. A resident foreigner pays about $15. Foreign non-resident pays about $30. Accommodation for school-going groups, like where some people slept in student center, we have made it very, very affordable so that we impact conservation education into these young children. And they pay only 5,000 shillings. But the teachers pay 25,000 shillings. So these are the affordable rates we have made in order to promote domestic tourism for all the East Africans. And then camping is only 20,000 shillings. The 20,000 for camping cuts across. Whether you're a foreigner, you're Ugandan, we pay 20,000 shillings. Without, you come with your tent. But if we have tents available, you hire the tent at 20,000 shillings, wherever you are in Uganda Wildlife Authority estate. So those are the affordable rates we have for Ugandans. So out there, please don't think these parks are very expensive. They are very cheap and affordable. Don't watch these animals when you are watching them on TV. When the whites have come here, they have done documentary. When the journalists have come here, they have done documentary. Please come and watch them live. They are affordable and very cheap. Now we are going for our game drive. From here, we are starting from here. We shall follow the main road going to Kasenyi community village, fishing village. And from there is when we shall begin to drive through the game drive routes and look for the animals of our interest. And the lion is the key. The chief said that Queen is the only area you will not live here without seeing lions. And today, I promise you, you are likely to see the lion.
Ya tukyali ffenna kusatira emyanya eggwanga amannya n'eddoboozi Ofumaani Ssempebwa nza kulambuza olunaku olwaleero ebintu bingi bye nagezezaako okuba nga nkulira olwaleero naye tujja kugenda nga tufunamu ebyo bye nsobola okuba nga nkulaga ate naawe ne nkwagaliza obeere ng'ogenda olambula eggwanga Uganda. Nkugambye nti twakola game drive wamu ne boat cruise mu Kasese era kansubire nti ebyo nabyo obiraba empologoma ozirabye abantu balabe nga batambulira ku motoka ez'enjawulo nga bali mu game drive. Ebyo byonna mu ggwanga Uganda omulamwa gwaffe lwakugezaako kuba nga tutumbula domestic tourism wansi w'ekitongole ekya Uganda ekya Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. Kugamba nti wano buli kimu kiba kya bwereere gwe ojjanga bw'ofaanana wabula kyokola kyokka kweteekamu kasente kakulya nakwesuza ebisigadde byonna ministry ebanga ebitukoleddeko. Kasese bwatyo bweyafaanana twakola game drive wamu ate ne tukola ne boat cruise abantu ne banyumirwa mu ngeri yonna gye basaana okuba nga banyumirwa.
One of the biggest challenge here is low levels of technology. We've not gone very far to see how best we can add value on our salt so that we can take it in the world market. So what we need to do is to add value on our salt so that it can compete with other products. Because as natural salt, it can be taken to the world market. Because if you see on the world market, natural salt is more expensive than the processed salt or the iodized salt. So this salt of ours can compete with salt from Himalayas because on the market, it is fetching some good price.
What do you mean by add value?
Like in packaging and giving the salt the name, so that when you go in the market, you can easily identify that this product is from Katwe. This is a salt pan, and we have a number of them on the shores of the lake. And these pans are owned by families. You own it like a garden. And they are from generation to generations. So after acquiring a plot like this, then you get the straws, you get the pegs, you weave it very well. Then after you open up a channel, and then you use that channel to divert water from the main lake. The water that you collect from the lake is salt water. It's too much concentrated. Then you divert that water, but they are still young crystals. So what you do when you find the crystals hanging on the surface of the salt water, what you do, you come with a small utensil, like a plastic barrel. Then you get this water, you again power it on top of the hanging layer of salt. Then you create weight on top of the carpet or the layer, then the layer gains weight and goes at the bottom of the pan. These pans are not deep, they are very shallow, about 2 feet. So when the layer goes down the next day, you find another layer formed when there's too much temperatures. Then you do the same exercise. Actually, that exercise here is called sedimentation. Keep on pouring water on top of that layer of salt. It goes down and accumulates, stratify. Then at the end of 7 days, women are allowed to enter inside here with some small tools called scrapers, tinga, hoes. Then they start on scratching the bottom and gathering salt. Then after gathering salt within the salt pan, you find when salt is mixed up with black mud, it's dried over there on sunshine. That's what we call trona. So you have to wash the salt to get rid of the black mud so that you can remain with white crystals or pink crystals used at home. So after washing salt, using the same salt water, because if you use fresh water, it will easily dissolve the salt to remain with nothing. So it's a matter of using the same salt water because they're of the same concentration. Then you dry your salt, it's ready to be taken at home, pushed in chicken or katogo, you celebrate. No need of adding any chemical. Then men access the lake with pointed iron bars of about 7 feet, which they use in breaking rocks at the lake bottom. So they just enter at 8 o'clock, then they come back at 5 o'clock. So they do that work for almost between 6 to 7 hours, extracting the salt. Yeah, but they have to be prepared enough to enter inside the lake. So they just walk in search of salt. They keep on hitting the ground using the iron bars. After detecting a rock at the bottom of the lake, then hit it, break it. Then they use their free hand by grabbing the rocks from the water. Then they load the salt on these rafts. You see some rafts around here. They are called ambush rafts or ambush floats. It's a special law permission. We access the park. We get the ambush, bring it here, join the 3 logs. Then we design the rafts that we use to provide transport for the rock salt. Then it's brought here. This is a landing site. First dried on sunshine. Then after drying it, it's ready now to be exported. There are some low plants that can survive within the salt water. Yeah, like green algae that helps to bind these rocks together. Yes.
Perhaps you have to tell him he's talking about white. And he's saying black. Separation.
This one is grayish, darkish in color. That's how we extract it. After drying it on sunshine, it turns to gray. Then the other one that we get within the salt pans, it appears, the one for human consumption, that is real sodium chloride. It appears white or pink in color, real white, yes. But the other one for animal consumption, it's ashy-like, more grayish, like that. It was planned during Botte's time, and then it was commissioned during Amin's time. That it was a salt plant, that it was designed by a company from Germany called Thyssen, from West Germany. And their interest was to get the raw material from Lake Katwe through pipes, then to the salt factory, and they are interested in the salt water. So they would suck the water from this lake through the pipes to the salt factory. And why it was constructed near the shores of Lake Edward, their interest was to get fresh water from Lake Edward to create steam, because they were using steam to evaporate the salt water and crystallize it. But what went wrong, it was that when the Germans came here, they used metals which could not stand the salt corrosion. They used a certain metal which was called monel. And monel could not resist the salt corrosion. So how many years? There was about 3 years. They started observing a chronic corrosion of the metals. Instead, they were supposed to use titanium metals or cobalt metals. So, yes, so they couldn't go further in processing salt. They just stopped there and went back to Germany, and we've never seen them again coming back here to process salt. And now we are waiting for
so was it a success in those 3 years? There were still trials.
There were trials, yeah. Yeah, because their target, it was sodium chloride. But they would just analyze that kind of sample in the laboratory. They found there were other impurities within the salt. Yeah. So that was, we are waiting for NRM government so that we can add value on the product. The challenge, we have a problem of inadequate storage facilities. Yeah, we don't have stores where to keep our salt. So people, after harvesting their salt from the salt pan, they are forced to sell their products before time. Yeah. So that's one of the biggest challenge here. Then another challenge is market for our products. Yeah, because we are competing with some other producers in Kenya. They usually bring their product in Uganda, and we just enter in the same market. Yeah, so I think it's some challenge that we need to address. Then we have also a challenge of health challenge, mostly for the people that go inside the lake. We need protective gears to use, yeah, to help these people. So, Chairman, you can add in more challenges.